Yes, I have recorded one more video, but it had got cancelled. So, and that video I was explaining why it got R1. Okay, so let me explain once more. Okay, so what it was, I was asking whether it will be R1 or RB, right? Since in series circuit, the below circuit was a series circuit. Look, it was also a series circuit because two circuits are completely isolated, right? If in series circuit, what is V is equal to IR, right? Since in series circuit, if a V voltage is connected, I will be same. Okay, so V will be directly proportional to R since I is same, right? So voltage drop will be directly proportional to R. More the resistance, more the voltage drop. Lesser the resistance, lesser the voltage drop, right? So yeah. So if I is going to here, what will be the voltage drop across R1? It will be I into R1. That is what I have written. I into R1. So it should be I into R1, right? It should not be R into RB. Why I was confusing it to RB? Look, suppose there are two parallel circuits, parallel resistances, okay, connected to a voltage V. Okay, I have made you explain the opposite ratios also. It may happen sometimes that sometimes you get confused how voltage gets divided and how current. Right, suppose V is known, okay, I is known, and it is 2 volts, it is 4 volts. Okay, now since these are two parallel circuits and there are no resistance other than these two resistances, so we can say that V across this is also V, voltage drop across this is also V, right? So if V is same, V equal to IR, if V is same in both cases, I is inversely proportional to R, right? So obviously more the resistance, when after current reaches here, it will have two paths. Okay, some is one is more resistance part and one is less resistant path. Okay, it will go more through less resistant path and less through more resistant path, right? So that is the opposite ratio over here. For voltage division in series circuit, here voltage division doesn't hold any value because voltage is same. Here current division doesn't hold value because current is same. Here voltage will be divided with respect to resistance directly. Here current will be divided with respect to resistance inversely, right? So I was confusing it to there. Hope you will not confuse this afterwards, right? So this E minus IR, what is this? 20 minus 20 by 20 minus 20 by 5 plus R1. This is I1 and it is R1, right? This is the equation. This is E minus I1 R1. What is I1? Current through this circuit, right? It should be equals to what? It should be equals to V by L into L1, right? What is V? We have calculated what is V by L. We have calculated what is V. It is 64. Why? There is 8 ampere current flowing through this circuit, and 8 into 2, 16 volts will be lost over here. So the rest of the 64 will appear across the wire. So what is V over here? Voltage across the wire. What is V? 64 divided by total length 10 into what is L1? L1B? L1B no or not? L1B no, because here our objective was to calculate the resistance. Sorry for not giving L1. Take L1 as 6, right? Now L1 we know, right? So L1 is 6. So 64 divided by 10 is 6. Calculation is not important. You can do it. Okay, what is E? 20 minus I1 R1. 20 by 5 plus R1 into R1, right? So take the LCM. So 5 plus R1, 20 into 5 plus R1 minus 20 R1, right? So 20 into 5, 100 plus 20 R1. Look, plus 20 R1 minus 20 R1 plus 0 by 5 plus R1, right? Okay, equals to 64 by 10 into 6. Only variable over here is R1. You can find how? 5 plus R1 by 100 equals to 10 by 64 into 6. I have inverted the fraction. If you invert the fraction in left hand side, you have to also invert the fraction in right hand side also. Okay, so from here it can be easily founded. R1 will be 1000 divided by 64 into 6. This is 6 minus 5, because it is 5 plus R1, right? So if 5 goes over here, it will be, yeah. So for this case, what will be R1? 64 into 6. This is a huge calculation. If you wish to calculate, you can calculate. Otherwise, take some simpler question of simpler mathematical numbers and you can solve. The main aim was to make you understand how we can take and find out the internal resistance. So what is the experimental setup for finding internal resistance? First we attach a resistance box parallelly to the circuit, this circuit. Okay, and we know when galvanometer shows null deflection, upper circuit can be dealt and lower circuit can be dealt separately, right? So since here the circuit is completed, so there should be one current moving over here. Since here circuit is completed, there should be current moving over here. Here we can find current directly by 8 plus 2, that is 10 volts, 80 volts. So sub 10, it is 2 ohms, it is 8 ohms. So ampere will be, current in the circuit will be 8 amps. 10 ohm 80 volt divided by 10 ohm, it will be 8 amps. So what will be the voltage drop? 8 into 2, 16 volts. So 80 minus 16, 64 will appear through it, right? Now we will analyze lower circuit separately. It's even known 20, right? We have to calculate R1. We know resistance value of resistance box also. It is 5 ohm over here. So what is the current in the lower circuit? It will be I1. What will be I1? E1 divided by total resistance. E1 divided by total resistance, right? It is I1. Okay, so if I calculate, okay, if I calculate, suppose this is 0 volt, this is also 0 volt, here also 0 volt, here it is plus E, and now a current is going on. Okay, if current goes through the resistance, voltage will decrease, so it will be E minus I1 R1, right? So what is I1, what is R1? R1 is this, I1 we have just calculated, and 20, and E is 20. So E1 minus I1 R1 will be 20 minus 20 by, means I1, what is 20 by 5 plus R1 into R1. Understood? So now it is E1 minus I1 R1. Okay, E1 minus I1 R1. What should be this? This should be equals to this. Okay, what is this? V by L into L1, because galvanometer had showed null deflection at the length of 6 meter. Okay, 6 meter. Okay, voltage is 64 across the length, total length is 10 and L1 is 6. Now E minus R1, just calculate over here. We can find the R1 easily, right? Understood? Everything is clear, right? So this was all about calculating internal resistance, right? Now there can be anything given over here. E can be anything, anything can be anything. Okay, so your job is to find when R1, this will be unknown, otherwise everything will be known, and you have to just calculate the current and just absorb the voltage from the E. It means just drop the voltage from E to E minus R1 over here, and this voltage should be equals to this voltage. What is this voltage? Voltage gradient into L1, right? This is this, right? And this is equals to E minus I1 R1. Both are same. Here it is E minus R1 R1. Here it is also E minus I1 R1. So here it will be E minus I1 R1. E we know, I1 we know, R1 we don't know. V we know, L we know, L1 we know. Just R1 is the blank space which we can fill by solving it, right? Like this. Over. So potentiometer has been completed. I will be explaining the short topics now, right?